Hi everyone, this is Revolution Ricky here in my house and in my office at Casa de Revolution, here to do episode 4 of Ricky's Scavenger Hunt. I went to the record store across the bay where I live in Alabama, which is the lower part, I'm not going to say where, and bought some records this week and added to the collection, and I'm going to show them off. But before I do, if you would please hit like, subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Well, without further ado, I'm going to show off the CD first. I only got one CD this week when I went to the record store yesterday. And it's to coincide with the current kick I'm on with Johnny Cash. It's the only other record I've ever found, but well, it's not a record, it's a CD. It's Walk the Line from the 20 uh, 03 or 04, or what year did it come out? Oh boy, my eyes are, I guess 2005, 2006. Movie of the same name, which had Reese Witherspoon, Joaquin Phoenix, uh, Robert Patrick, Shelby Lynn, who is if who plays Johnny Cash's mom. If you don't know who Shelby Lynn is, she's a famous country singer. She's also a former alumni of my old high school, Theodore High School in Theodore, Alabama. So she plays Johnny Cash's mom, and it coincides. It goes through Johnny Cash's career, and it's one of my favorite movies. This really turned me on to Johnny Cash in a way that I never thought possible, and I started buying up his music. So um, it's a very good album. Here we go, just plain albums, so to speak. And I'll show you all the highlights here. Reese Witherspoon, her walking down the middle of a road. The guys who's playing Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, and I think Roy Orbison is in that. I guess I've been on a Sun Records kick as of late, and I'm going to really, really look at this, because I really did like the soundtrack, and I do love the movie, and I like that picture of Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon. I'm not really a big Reese Witherspoon fan. My wife likes the Legally Blonde movies, and the only movie I've seen her besides this one was Fear with Marky Mark. But I highly recommend this soundtrack if y'all will get it. Uh, Walk the Line. Very good movie. Okay, I'm going to start off with the singles. I've got about uh, one, four, excuse me, live TV. I got about 10 singles here, excuse me, of music that I've got. And I'm going to start off with the one it's part of a soundtrack to a movie that I've seen before. I'm also a big James Bond fan, and I love James Bond movies. And I think like a couple videos ago, I bought this one two-sided record, one with Dame Shirley Bassey, if that's her name, the theme from Goldfinger. Well, and now I've gotten Duran Duran's "A View to a Kill," and I love this. And the only one left of this whole picture is Grace Jones. Very good song. Record is in magnificent condition, and it's got the John Barry song on the back, the theme from View to a Kill. Always loved James Bond movies, and I've only seen one at the theater. I saw Skyfall about 13 years ago, 13 or 14 years ago, when I had just gotten back from Knoxville, Tennessee. Me and my wife went out there and went to a comic book con, and I had met George Lazenby and God rest his soul, the guy who played Jaws, Richard Keel, who was also first cast as the Incredible Hulk. Um, and then I had my wife had met and said hello to Lindsay Wagner from The Bionic Woman because she was also out there. But I wanted to get this. I debated whether or not I should have, but I had gotten that. Um, Also got Def Leppard. Def Leppard's Portion Sugar on Me. Very classic Def Lepp song. Really like it. Was a hit during my days growing up in high school. They were the it man to listen to, along with Motley Crue, and it's backed with Ring of Fire. Not the Johnny Cash Ring of Fire, but their version of it. I don't know if this was. It's just a B side, and it was $5. Um, I also picked this up. I have this before. I don't know whatever happened to it, but I went ahead and bought this again anyway because I really loved it, and I really loved this song from the Thin White Duke himself, David Bowie, Blue Jean, one of my favorite songs. And I looked at the record, and it's very good. I love this song. Um, Blue vinyl, and really love it. Got a little bit of a mark here and there. I'll have to clean it up later. And it has Dancing with the Big Boys on the B side, but Blue Jean, I remember there would be a 20-minute film of this song where uh, David Bowie's playing a character called Screaming Lord Byron, and I really loved the song, and I've had this for years. And this is the only David Bowie one I've ever got. I'll probably find the other one and wherever it's at, and give keep it and maybe frame it because David Bowie's no longer with us. Have to put these right here. This one by Huey Lewis and the News, "The Heart of Rock and Roll" from the album Sports, which is one of mine and my wife's favorite albums. I love Huey Lewis and the News. "The Heart of Rock and Roll," backed with a live version of "Working for a Living." Uh, I've always wanted to see Huey Lewis and the News. They've always been a top favorite of mine. Their songs are very, very, um, you know, down to earth, and you just can't go wrong with Huey Lewis and the News. Uh, I love that one. And I've been trying to get my Huey Lewis and the News collection going. Also, another Huey Lewis and the News song, "I Want a New Drug," and backed with "Finally Found a Home" off the album Sports. Um, I really like these Huey Lewis and the News songs. I really don't collect much of them, but I've always loved and respected them because I've always loved the song "Do You Believe in Love," and it was one of my favorites growing up. And the Sports album is just phenomenal. Even though it dealt with people, teenage lives and all that. Let's see another um, one. This one is from a group that you they were part of that '80s metal explosion. You never hear much of them. They do. I don't think they only got one original member. I think a couple members are now passed on, but the singer had done this theme song for a very famous TV show. But I'm talking about the group called Autograph. Turn up the radio. And years later, the singer from this group, back from 1980, who was the singer of the band, did the song Seventh Heaven from that TV show called Seventh Heaven. And it was a good, this was probably their biggest hit. The one from, you can see that the label's not that great. Um, the only one I know of is Send Her to Me or Blondes and Black Cars. That's the only three I know. And then it's backed with Thrill of Love from their 1984 album Signing In. Um, but Sign In, please, excuse me. But I've always loved Turn Up the Radio. And it makes you turn up the radio. I think I was like 14 when it came out, but it's a very good song. Um, Another one uh, from the boss excuse me, Bruce Springsteen's Brilliant Disguise, and backed with Lucky Man. I like Lucky Man more than I do Brilliant Disguise. I like them both, but Brilliant Disguise is okay, but Lucky Man is a better song. They should have released that as a single. But it's just so good. And the record's phenomenal shape. I really like these. Whoever had these prior took care of them. And of course, uh, Aerosmith's "Dude Looks Like a Lady." This was their comeback single before they did the hit with Run DMC "Walk This Way," which is a very good record from Run DMC's "Raising Hell." I really didn't listen to it that much, but I do listen to Aerosmith "Walk This Way." Love it. Um, I think I like Pump more than I do Walk This Way. And Ragdoll is just too much overplayed. I really didn't like that. Okay, getting on to the nitty gritty. Also found I've been getting into this band a lot, um, and I'll start with this one first. Um, I've been getting into the White Stripes. Uh, let's shake hands with Look Me Over Closely. Great prototype, great post punk rock. And I like Jack White and his White Stripes. I wish they would do more albums, but I think that the White Stripes are now a done deal. But I really do love the White Stripes. And Jack White has very much respect for music. And I respect anybody for that. Um, and another White Stripes single. I just don't know what to do with myself, backed with Who's to Say. Um, these were all repressings from Third Man Records, that the label that Jack White started, and like I said, he's got so much respect for music. I've seen some of the videos of Third Man Records, and they had that recording booth in there where you can make a record for like I don't know, like maybe I don't know. You put coins in tokens, and this was phenomenal. This is the B side and this is the A side. But I've been getting into the White Stripes a lot. Not that I'm a big White Stripes fan. It's just that Jack White has a lot more respect for music, and I appreciate that. And like I said, I've been kind of jealous. I've been jealous that he spent over 300 grand on Elvis Presley's acetate record. So anybody that does that wants to preserve that type, that music genre has most of my respect. Okay, I'm gonna get on with the albums. I bought 3 albums this week, and I think I'll start with the first one. Um, Johnny Cash, The Essential Johnny Cash. Love this one. Don't have many of the Johnny Cash singles. I got the two ballad. Let's see, it's on here. I think. Yeah. Yeah, Ballad of a Teenage Queen with Big River, and I Walk the Line with Get Rid out there. Excuse me, and plays phenomenal. These are new. It's got this from uh, Cracker Barrel. Went over there to eat a couple days ago with my wife, and also from a local artist. Get a sip of my drink here. Uh, Cheers, everybody. Pardon me. Uh, when I about 20 years ago, give or take a few years, I was now that I'm retired, I don't really go there anymore. And the owner has since passed away, and his my coworker, who I uh, knew, also passed away. This one guy used to shop for comic books in this store that I worked at, and I was more or less a file clerk. I'd fill orders and file them in the filing cabinet, or I'd file them in boxes, which usually took a couple hours. And in the heat of the summer, that really makes you sweat off a lot of water. Uh, well, he would shop there, and well, make a long story short, he has a band out, and I was listening to the album last night, and I found it at the record store that I went to yesterday with my wife, and I was playing it, and it sounded phenomenal. Um, uh, it's called Real Big Deal by Red and the Revealers. Um, Kind of like a funky funk type record. And Red is a Red Padilla. If you, I'm probably going to review this later in another video because I promise him I'd review it. He really knocks it out of the park with him and his band, and they're local artists, local acts. So I just wanted to show it off. I mean, the record is looks fine. Very independent, and the only problem I'm gonna have to take this sleeve out and put a new one in because it's crumpled up. Uh, Here's the record. It's side B and this is side A. Really, really a good record. I was really impressed with it. I really don't listen to too many local acts. I mean, I do. I mean, there's this one band that me and my wife go and see every other month in the Silver Hill community of Alabama where we live, called Analog Missionary, and I did a review of them a couple, like maybe 4 or 5 videos ago, maybe more. Can't really remember, but I saw this and I picked it up, and I'm always teasing Greg. I said, "Where's my test pressing at?" And it's really a joke. But what is not a joke is his band, Red and the Revealers, is a very, very good, soulful, funky, funk music type band. And like I said, I'll review this at a later date. Um, I would really, if you want to hit them up, get yourself a copy. It's a very good album. Um, I really would. You probably would appreciate it if you would drop them a line and get a copy of this because he really knocked him and his band really knock it out of the park. And you know, tell him I sent you. uh, but he really did knock it out of the park. I was very impressed with it, and props to my friend Red Padilla for knocking this one out of the park. I'll review it later. Okay, last but not least, I have not opened this one yet because I just got back from the store to get it, and I couldn't. I was debating on whether or not I should have got the CD or the other, just the vinyl. But when I looked online this morning, they had a few copies at their store, so I had bought it. It's the release date for Paul McCartney's new album, The Boys. Excuse me, live TV. The Boys of Dungeon Lane. I've gotten the last two Paul McCartney records that he released, Egypt Station and McCartney 3, but they were CDs. I was really impressed with it, and really wanted to get this album because me and my wife love Paul McCartney. We've been wanting to go see him, and we've been hearing things. He's in his 80s, so I'm just going to open it up. I don't take it out of the shrink anymore because I don't want to ruin the cover. So here we go. I'm just going to take it out and set this right here on my lap. Oh, there's some goodies in here. Let's see what we got. That's it. That's it. Okay. Let's see what we got. The Boys of Dungeon Lane. Oh, here's a photo of Paul McCartney. That's cool. He could be 93 and I'd still buy his albums. Got a this lyric sheet, and I don't think I can read his handwriting. There's that. And I'm gonna put this on in a little bit and go listen to it. Because I like Paul McCartney. He's one of my favorite Beatles. Him and George Harrison. So I wanted to get this today because it was the release date for it. In fact, when I was at the record store yesterday, when I was at the record store yesterday, the record store owner had a copy of this album, but I wouldn't touch it because it wasn't. I just looked at it. I learned to put my hands behind my back and admire it from afar, and that was it. Didn't even buy it. Excuse me. Live TV. I really wanted to get it. I would have liked to have gotten it yesterday, but you get busted for so long. But what is really impressive is it's on gold vinyl. Here's that. Side B, sorry, and side A. I really like stuff like this. I have clear vinyl, blue vinyl, black vinyl, green, purple, whatever. I don't have gold. So I'm going to listen to this, and there's that and that. I guess it's coincide with other albums. The Boys from Dungeon Lane, about his time forming the Beatles and being the Beatles. So I have wanted to really get this album. They were supposed to. They had a release party and Birmingham for it, a midnight release party for it, and I I'm not driving 3 hours to go to Birmingham to buy a record. Sorry, no can do. If there's a convention or something out there, if I want to go see it, I'll do that. But I will not go to be at a convention, be in a wherever at a convention, and just oh, I lost my train of thought. Live TV. Uh, I will go to a convention out there, but I won't go traveling to a record store out there. In fact, me and my wife talked about maybe making a day of it and going to Montgomery for a bit to look at the Hank Williams Museum. But I don't know. I haven't thought of anything about that yet. Well, anyway, I just wanted to get on here and show you all what I got this week. But please, if you can, pardon me, uh, go to look him up. Look Red Padilla's website up and the local band Red and the Revealers, and buy y'all a copy of this album. Um, it's very very good. I really like it. This is my top pick for the week anyway, and I'll like I said I'll review it in a couple days. I'm gonna do a couple more videos, maybe one tomorrow, but gotta hunt up the material to do it. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for me. I'm done here for the day. I'm gonna go in there, listen to the boys from Dungeon Lane, excuse me, and listen to some good music. Well, I'm gonna get off here. This is Revolution Ricky signing off. Keep spinning that vinyl and the CDs, and I shall see you all again in the next video. Peace.